So I look right now, many of us, yeah, we're taxed on this type of stuff. I mean, you don't have to go to a lawyer and pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I can do that. It's annoying, but I can make it happen. But, I'm actually thinking now, who I'm really fighting for when I fight for equal marriage is poor and working class African American and women who can't possibly afford to go to a lawyer and get all the protection. So when I think of this, it's annoying to me and frustrating because I feel like I'm not being treated equal. It's an annoyance. For working class people and poor people, they don't even have access to this. So when I fight for equal marriage, I'm fighting for a group who's disenfranchised completely because they don't have the economic viability.
Hi, welcome back to TV Dinner. I'm Rajesh Barnabas, and I'm here with John Dillman. And can you tell me something about your relationship with someone who's not here with you today?
I had a partner for 21 years. He and I were very happy. We had our ups and downs, and as any type of relationship would.
What was his name?
Don. And we shared everything together. But when it came time, the end, and he had lung cancer, at one point he had to be hospitalized, and he was in ICU. And they told me that I could not be in there with him because I was not immediate family.
How did you deal with that at the moment? What was your reaction?
I was really appalled. I could not believe that they were not going to allow me in.
There's nothing you could do at the moment, though. Like
right at that
no
moment,
recourse.
I had to go and find a doctor and talk with them before they would even allow me in there. But during that period of time, what struck me as horrific was the fact that he could have taken his last breath when he was in ICU, and I would not have been able to be there for him. A basic right, a basic tenet of love, is to be with the person, We went through thick and thin, we went through hell, and we went through great times together for 21 years. And all of a sudden they're telling me that I can't be with him, when it's that time, when it's that important to me, when there's that one very basic need. I don't think anyone should be without that last recourse, because you love the person, and no one should have to be denied, something as basic as that. And same-sex marriage, that's why I'm advocating for it. That's why I'm helping, because I want to see the people now not have to go through the problems and the trials and the tribulations that I went through,
It's not something, usually we come to, we see on a daily basis. Usually, if it's on TV or whatnot, there's always the family member that's at the side, or the spouse, or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, or that's able to be around, but not in your case.
No. We did end up doing hospice, and he did die at home with me, and I was the primary caregiver. And we had spoken of that, because I could not go through, being turned away, and not being able to be with him, besides which I wanted him to be comfortable, and I wanted him to not be in any pain. And in order to assure that, I did hospice with him.
What hospital was this at?
It was at Strong Memorial.
But this could be any hospital
in
America?
It could be any hospital.
There's no...
You don't have that right.
Place. Not in this country, or,
No, the hospitals lately, this was in 2002, the hospitals now have kind of like loosened up a little bit and are a little bit more forgiving in that aspect, or accepting in that aspect. But at that period of time, they weren't very open, and trying to get an update on his condition was like, who are you? The doctors wouldn't even stand and talk to me, And wow. It was very difficult. It was very hard on me. And I was the one who knew him, and I knew him very well.
Fighting for that not to happen again to other people.
That's right. other couples who are very much in love, people who want to be married to each other. And I mean, it's just a basic right, I think, you know. I really believe that. I think, you know, we all deserve to be equal, and I'm not a second-class citizen.
Well, I want to thank you, John, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to TV Dinner. I'm Jay Peak, and we're here to talk about legalizing same-sex marriages. Today we have Jenny Gall and Sue Morgan and their daughter Kate. So right into the questions. How long have you guys been together?
We've been together a little over 11 years.
11 years. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how have you come to be here today?
Training, actually a 2-day training, in which we just learned about how to be advocates for same-sex marriage, and it's always been an issue very close to our hearts for a number of reasons, but it's only recently that we've started to try to be out there more on the media and talking to people about it, going in and talking to legislators about it, etc.
To do second parent adoptions, which allow me as a partner in Sue to have legal custody over Kate. And it was about a 6-month process, but after about 6 months, I legally adopted Kate.
And hoping for right from the start. So took a fair amount of time, took a fair amount of money. So and that's one of the reasons why we're interested in having same-sex marriage be legalized, is that it would be as simple as Jenny just having her name as the other parent on the birth certificate, and we would not have to go through all of this. We're expecting our second child, and so we're looking at doing all of that process again and all of that expense again, so that, you know, within a reasonable amount of time after our next baby's birth, Jenny again will be able to adopt.
Hi, welcome back to TV Dinner. I'm Rajesh Barnabas, and I'm here with Elizabeth Johnston. And you are a straight ally.
I am.
And what brought you to supporting the movement of same-sex marriages?
I'm not really sure. My sister is bisexual, and she came out after I had entered college, but we had grown up in a very conservative household, and very traditional notions about sexuality, abstinence, and of course homosexuality was something you just didn't talk about, and if you did, it was always in very negative terms. And I went to college and started to meet a lot of different kinds of people and saw different lifestyles and started reading a lot of literature. I'm an English professor. And the more literature I read and the more people I came into contact, the more I realized that my views of the world had really been wrong, quite wrong. And now I'm a mother, and I have 2 little girls, and it's very important to me. When you're a parent, you're always thinking about how can I raise my child to treat other people fairly. And so I think probably that's when I became more involved with this issue as a mother.
Have you met any backlash against your support for your sister, or being more vocal in class, or?
I think, yeah, you know, occasionally I'm very vocal in class because it comes up a lot. I teach an argument class. I teach a class in women in literature, and so they read poets who are expressing, you know, in the women in literature, Emily Dickinson. They're reading poets where women are expressing desire for another woman. In my American Lit, we do Walt Whitman. We were just doing Shakespeare poem sonnets the other day and talking about some things there. And students will raise their eyebrows, and it's a really good opportunity to talk to them about why people are afraid of same-sex love and marriage. And I never back down, though. I've never said that, you know, I shouldn't be talking about this in the classroom. I think it's in a very appropriate place to talk about political issues and